In this video, we're going to show you how to assemble and use the soft close table lift hardware from Osborne. This hardware is great as it allows you to easily convert your coffee table into a dining table while providing a soft close functionality. Stay tuned and we'll be right back. Assembling and using this hardware is very similar to the other table lift hardware that we offer on our website, the main difference being the soft close functionality. This hardware allows you to easily convert your coffee table into a dining table height and is especially great for small spaces. To assemble this table lift, all we need to do is connect the two crossbars that come with your kit using the supplied hardware. It's important to note that these bars are not the same length, so the longer bar will attach closest to the tabletop mounting bracket, while the shorter bar will attach closest to the spring mechanism. Once the crossbars are installed, you can use a Phillips head screwdriver to tighten the bolts down, making sure that the assembly stays perfectly square. Next, you can place the lift into the table base you'll be installing it to. This lift hardware requires a table base with a minimum interior width of 18 inches and a minimum interior length of 20 inches. First, I'll find the center of my table base, and then I'll find the center of my table lift hardware and line those marks up to make sure that everything functions properly once installed. It's important to center the hardware to the length and width of your table before moving on to creating your mounting brackets. Next, we can measure the length needed for our mounting brackets and cut them out using a miter saw or a circular saw. For this step, we're using the 4x1 True Stock from Osborne, part 39641 on our website. If you're interested in learning more about this lumber or any of the parts used in this build, I'll be sure to leave links in the description. You can check those out below. Now that our mounting brackets are cut to length, we need to create some pocket holes for attaching to the table base. These wooden brackets will create a perfectly square surface for mounting our hardware to and ensure the table functions properly after assembly. Next, we can place the wooden brackets on each side of our table lift hardware, making sure they rest on the shoulder of the metal hardware as you can see here. It's important to remember that our lift hardware is not attached to our tabletop or our table base at this point, so try to avoid moving it as much as possible. Next, we can attach the mounting brackets to the table base using the pocket holes that we created earlier. To get access to all of the screw hole locations on the table lift, I find it easiest to fully extend the hardware and flip the table base over for installation. Just make sure to center the hardware back up on your brackets before securing, and then use a wood screw to attach to the mounting brackets. Before moving on, be sure to check that your table lift hardware functions properly and that there's no interference. Next, we can place the table base back onto our tabletop and make sure that we are centered for our proper overhang. Then we can secure the table lift hardware to the tabletop using the pre-drilled holes and a wood screw. Now that our table lift is installed, we can flip the table back over and take a closer look. Thanks for joining me for this episode. If you're interested in learning more about the soft close table lift hardware from Osborne, you can check out the links below. You can also find more information on our 4x1 True Stock lumber, as well as all of our products in our collection. As always, be sure to like, subscribe, and leave us a comment, and we'll see you next time in the Builder Studio.